Hello everyone. Continue on with the main story quest. Where we just left off, we defeated big ol' evil bird guy. Great description. We left off, did this one. We fought Valley Garmanda. So everyone, we can meet back later on. Small errand around the city, so I'll leave you to recover. You been heading to the palace, Woklamot? Woklamot, did you hear me? It's our own little world, it seems. Well, no matter. I'll be back soon enough. Lieutenant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. We get to actually, like, walk down here. Fun. Some minions out. Welcome back, Mr. Serendil. Your cabin is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust. Knock on the door. Who's there? Lamont.
You have a moment? There's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What's up?
So,
God. Out with it.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what. We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air, that's what we need.
Oh boy. Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I can feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know. I'll take you on one of my favorite places, Truly Hall. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We go to the splendid quarter and make our way up from there. Man, I'm just not gonna be allowed to rest in my cabin. Everything looks good. Lamont. Get a little baby. Shiwa, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? Much healed now. Don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. For the claimant with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. When I see you smile like that, how could I not be encouraged? There's plenty more for me. More who believe in your cause. I could recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think you would help. Yours alone is more enough. Thank you, Pishiwa. Thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. Gotta lay down. We're back. All those smiling faces. Sorry, Luna. I'm getting distracted. So with the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel that much more special. You think we can take our time? Maybe wander around a little on first, then we can head to the spot I was thinking of? Okay. Ooh. Look at that.
This is much better.
Voice acting.
I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Orkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural?
I do remember.
Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far.
Oh no, I hate their smiling. Oh. Hot packs.
I realized nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
You wish for a world like the Akui Dream?
With eternal life and no struggle or conflict, it's certainly an ideal worth striving for.
It's also what the Ascians wanted.
Who knows if we could make such a world a reality. But renouncing war and conquest seems like a good place to start. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness. just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns, understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies.
Yeah, it's true.
If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagine...
Of course.
Thank the gods for that. Well, I have nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the caverns.
Valley Armando's fun fight. Oh. Uh-oh. Am I gonna have a dream? Oh no. Normal day. It's a beautiful day. Nothing can go wrong. We'll continue the fight. Okay. Alphano. Look to be good spirits, I assume your leisure time is well spent. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself, after all. It will soon be back on the road for us. The leap to Yaktel. To the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone has rested well. We're gonna head north. We're gonna head north. Or we're continuing south. Now that we have refreshed ourselves somewhat, let us consider all claimants as they currently stand. Geraldra and Kona have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 keystones apiece. Woklamat would be equal to them, but for Bakul Jaja's thievery, has left us 1 short. That conniving braggart didn't so much lift a finger for the feat of proof and wreaked havoc for the feat of ice. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I'll be taking back what is mine, this I swear. I fear that reclaiming your keystone may not be enough. That is, if Bakul Jaja unleashing of Valley Garmanda is any indication. Using his lead, I anticipate he will move to obtaining the keystones before disrupting his rivals' attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. I can't say I'd be comfortable with that. But neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I will do what I must. The last 2 keystones we required, the Lay of Repast and the Lay of the Brotherhood. The former depicts a succession of hostilities between the Mumulja and Zabral in the forest of Yaktel, specifically near a village called Ikbrax. That's where I was born, if you recall. I haven't been back there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga it said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but a little more than that. Yorzi has a similar tale. The explorer Kentram befriended a two-headed king known as the Autarch before commencing his travels across Tyrell. He journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least, that is the commonly held belief. Your two-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Kentram fellow must have come to Tuliolal. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yakoi architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Autarch, didn't you? Then Kentram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamuk. Mamuk, is that a city? One of the grandest in Tyrell. Once upon a time, the seat of the Mumulja's homeland, it too lies in Yaktel, not far from Ikbrax. And all things considered, Yaktel seems the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. we're riding in one of Koano's balloons? They can't be any worse than ships, can they? You're fine. You're just gonna get seasick again. Get my controller out of the way real quick. There you go. All the way up over here, huh? Getting some good gear. There will be a dungeon coming up soon. Usually there's one every 2 levels. Always on the odd number. So there should be one around 95, one around 97, and one around 99. I think this is the way up. Oh, this is a long way around, I guess. Oh, let's just go completely wrong direction. It's fun to see the backside of things. Grab this. The next flight to Yaktil will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Are we sure that thing will stay in the air? All the way to Yaktil? It's fine. Are you ready, bags packed and goodbye said? There's no going back once we lift off. Not that I'm nervous or anything, I'm just making sure you're not nervous. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Hey, will you hold my hand? I've just unsettled my nerves. Of course, I'll hold your hand. You're the nicest person I've ever met, Luna. I'll try not to crush your hand. There she is, the third promise. Wait just a moment. Avaloo! Avaloo, totally, of course. I'll wait as long as you need. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kryle's earring. Is that so? As you said before, it gained popularity in Dawntrail as a protective ward against for travelers, correct? That's right, we tracked down the elderly merchant whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at a market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? One in Dawntrail. Two, where it seems you are already bound. What luck! I shall then seek my next clue once we arrive. Is it a mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there, or yet another discovery to look forward to? Right. Thank you both for coming all this way. Yeah, Kryle! We'll help you find your grandpa. Well, he's dead, but we'll help you figure out what he was doing here. Anything for the third promise. Good luck with the rest of the rite. Thanks, I won't let you down. I've got to board this dirigible, and I'm as good as there. Last call for passengers to Dawntrail. Need to board. I really hope she wins. Dawntrail will test her mettle without a doubt. The next Dawn servant must be willing to bear the full weight of the station's history, no matter how heavy it may be. Ooh. Ooh. This is gonna be some shit.
The fierce Chapral hunters who laid claim
Wow.
to this land call it
that.
the Azure Forest, Dawntrail. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named.
It's incredible. Uh-oh.
It is here where the Chapral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Dawntrail. Not as bad.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
I got
The vegetation is far denser than on Cosmauca.
Zamalka. Okay.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
What is that?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the earth, it became susceptible to erosion. Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
It was one time.
Is the Chapral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
Thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. I advise you keep someone in sight at all times. We got our good weapon. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Oh, that thing's trying to attack me. Show how much of a mistake it just made. There you go. The perfect mount. Always do this for people who are dead. Good, everyone's accounted for. Ikbrax is up ahead, let's be on our way. Oh, that's a note. Everyone's so exaggerating about the cenotes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. Village of the Hunt. Ready to head on in? Yep, let's go. Oh. Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly on us. Third promise in a retinue, I presume. You're right, I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. They come, join us in the Garden of the Stars of the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Everyone? Who might that be? But one way to find out. Come, let us follow him. No! Let's hope it doesn't automatically teleport me into them. Oh, it's everyone.
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with a Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Yeah, you tell him.
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As Ibras Rash, I have the honor of serving as Elector on behalf of my people. As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise. If you would please join us.
Hey, Great Urianger, my friends.
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones.
Oh no.
I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Oh shit. We'll have to work
12
with
forbid
Bakul
Wukong
Jaja.
not is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
I'd punch him myself.
Claimants, please present your colors.
Red.
I have red. Blue. On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red.
Oh good. Oh
Together
good.
again, as fate would have it.
Victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one-head.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows.
We must hunt.
Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Pibil.
It's a cooking competition!
And now we must cook.
Oh shit!
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
We must cook! Fuck yeah!
Our promises
So good.
have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
This is true.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
This is true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along?
Well, yeah, you have to learn about your people if you're gonna rule them.
But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
You have to do both.
The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques.
Yeah.
Kitchens have been made available for your use.
Oh,
Note
no.
that you may be asked to retry should your dish... Let the feat of repast begin.
So they have to cook it. I can't help. Okay.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk people before. Delight, I wonder.
Uh-oh. It's part of your culture that you just kind of don't know about because you were adopted. That's okay. We can learn together as friends. Nothing but friendship. This game's always been about. How fortunate this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bokuolja's attempts to delay us. Serves him right, that's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he compete fairly? He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind for strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6. The 2 claimants, Realjaw and Bakulja, as lackeys. Whereas we are a team of 9. That's 3 more people we can mobilize. With the task suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Well, we mustn't be overconfident lest we make a careless mistake that could have easily been avoided. First order of business should be determining the recipes for Zepurpabil. We can hardly gather the ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Zabral people. Let us gather here once we see what clues this village has to offer. Wonder if we'll see children of these guys here. Apparently there were balls of fluff, and I think that'd be funny. I need to attune, though, the Ethernet, and it doesn't let me. Oh, Cenote. Longhouses. Mahogany. Ooh. The way this one looks, it's kind of neat. Close a little bit. We'll have to cut our losses and head to Vamuk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think you won't tan our hides for leather if we dare return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cut before. How difficult could a second time be? What are you looking at, Saltlicker? Mind your own business. And Bakulja Jazz scheming again. Recipe for Zepurpabil? Wish I could tell you, friend. A dish so delicious is meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden from divulging anything. Orders from Hunmurik himself. We're mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I'll hope there's some Ibruk to be had at market. Okay. There's some available for purchase. With spices. Number of spices, some entirely familiar, are nestled in a basket. That one's called achiote. We use it to add a bit of color to, well, our most popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Achiote, okay. what's in here. Nothing? Bananas. An unusually colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, appears I gotta drop my... Not Jewel, I mean Yatika banana peel. I can barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. Haha, there's nothing like cooking a freshly tasted banana. Enjoying a fresh tasted banana, we use the leaves in cooking. Okay, so we cook it in banana leaves with those spices that are up there. Wait. Then we go to the market and we purchase them and try some. Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover? Well, it's a real pivot bill or whatever it's called. True to prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. However, they were still preparing it as... many were still preparing as one might a staple dish, and an observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I couldn't recognize, while neither confirming or denying any relation to Zebruk Pavil. One in particular she attributed common to all Zerbral dishes, Akiote, she called it. See, then, if Zebruk Pavil is indeed a dish ubiquitous as Elfinal claims, we have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook buying bundles wrapped in a leaf of Nanjul or banana in certain localities. It's not the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles then, don't you? Meat. Ibruk, without a doubt. As one would expect of a dish called Zerbil indeed. To summarize, the dish is one of Ibruk, flavored with a combination wrapped in banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, its ingredients will be close at hand, which is why Thanker and I scouted the surrounding forest while you were exploring the village. Between local vegetation and wild Ibruk, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices. Leave it to a master gleaner. With that, we should divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. But I am Urianje. And the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I'm happy to lead someone to a suitable Ibruk if they will perform the requisite deed. Alize? As for the Nanjul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. But be warned, you won't find Nanjul in these parts. They only grow in the Yatika Heartland forests far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we have to try bartering first. This feat encourages our communication with the locals, after all. Lamatia, Luna, would you accompany me on my errand? Okay. No better way to whet my appetite. Good. Let us be about our tasks then. Muklamat and Kona. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. this looks. Kind of fun. One has the look of a man intent on finding bananas. Let us see if there are any Nandro leaves to be had here in town. Perhaps the cook Uriange mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few. I have to go going all the way down over there. Oof. Long way to go. Hello, you. Do you have banana leaves for me? Oh, hello again. Do you need something? Would you like some banana leaves, please? Nandro leaves for purposes other than Zerbrook Pavil, naturally. Unfortunately, I've used up my last. You have to travel to the lower forest for more. Gojimaka Grove is a source of the finest Nandro leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets can't compare. So we'll have to go that far. So we'll have to go to the Yatika Heartland. Allow me to save you the trip. Something that requires you to go through the Zinbik Trout Traverse, but it has caved in due to the recent storm, I expect. What? That means we can't get our Nandro leaves. But we can, can't we? If there are no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended this feat, or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for the interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. Very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach, you may find Bill to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. I can't wait. So if there are no leaves here, we can't travel for more. How are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and the cultures of Tuliolal. Perhaps there's something about Zerbrook Pabil that we have yet to learn. Something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. I see, like, who was the first to make it, its history, that sort of thing. Ahem. If it's Yaktel histories you're interested in, you should start with the Old War. Between the Zabral and the Mamulja, right? These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remain a scar upon the earth. To know the end of that bloodshed is to know Zerbrook Pabil. Huh? What does steamed Ibrook have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detour may seem, I could think of no other way to approach this feat. In case you wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by the war, the village of Ilion Ayosh lies a short distance to the east. The village of Ilion Ayosh? Oh, understood. Thank you for the help. Come, let us go see this place. We go. It's ridiculous amount. Village Alienash must be further east. Let us continue with haste, for all we know our competitors may be on our heels. Oh, there's cenote holes everywhere. Get me? Little messed up sugar glider. Look at them! They have these like extendable spikes that come out of their wings. Horrifying. This though. This is the village of Ilionaeosh, or what's left of it. This is a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. Ukevu! Ukevu! I didn't know you were here in Yaktel. Picking up lumber from Ikbrax when I heard the third promise is on our way to this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so followed you here. Ukevu is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. Pleasure, you remember the third promise's retinue, I presume. For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Kona, pleased to make your acquaintance. Oh no, now that's a good name, a familiar name. Where have I heard? Kona, is it the second promise of Tuliolal? Oh shit! Oh god! To think I entrusted Onsford's own son as some common retainer! Such disrespect cannot be excused! Please, take up your gun and... Oh come on, not this again. I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Alright then. I shan't dwell on it. And right on cue. At least he's consistent. I understand you wish to learn about Zikbrookville. While I am forbidden by the Zabrax Rocks to divulge any information regarding its preparation, I would be happy to share what I know of Yaktel's history. We do appreciate that. In the most basic sense, a conflict between Zabral and Mamuljo is one of land. The Mamuljo live in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun and soil. It is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Zabral, and they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet, advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Zabral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffed them time and time again. But as the state of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well. Blessed siblings. You must understand, the Mulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hobigo, Bunewa, and Dopro each sought to assert dominance over the others, even as they engaged the Zabral in battle. In an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Gabrogio and Boniwa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have imagined. It was long believed that partners of different clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child arrived who shared the blood of Hobigo and Buniwa both, a two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical powers, he grew into a mighty warrior, before eventually rising as the first autarch ruler of all 3 clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the autarch's rule, the newly united Mwilja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to a head. I think it's best you see the results firsthand. Let's visit another battlefield from that time, and I shall continue the tale. That's... oh my god. The forest is still dead there. Heck.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinder Field.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yokui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the 2 enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Valley Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
Someone's watching. Gecko.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours. If not for the...
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill deserve the bounty of this forest. Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other,
Oh, I finally hear him.
your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance?
Oh no, Star Continent.
You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us.
There he is.
Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
Yup.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end? That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural.
Yeah?
If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, What do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East. But you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest.
Take
By
the whole thing.
joining hands, we might create a unified front. An alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
This is true.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
He's a great leader.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
Who's behind the tree that was there 80 years ago? Other than maybe an explorer known as Country Mom.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamurja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn servant laughed and declared once more. Their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shebruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation.
That's awesome.
The Dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the Dawn servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't...
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
You have to learn of the other cultures, Kona.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Bibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us.
There's someone behind that tree.
What's wrong?
There's someone behind that tree and it triggered the echo.
Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Perhaps it is Kentraman, some like 100-year-old guy.
Baked, no doubt.
No, he was there. They were there at the feast. That's how the echo works. Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. And we're doing the same. This has 2 dye channels, so you can do like red. Second one you can do like blue or white. It's a secret. Bukevu has given us valuable insights into the origins of Zibrukville. However, there's still no closer to procuring the necessary natural leaves unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. Incredible. Here it is. Offered up by the 2 factions, these weapons symbolize their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true. Especially one at so significant... at the heart of so significant a battlefield. T. Luna, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye. Sure thing. Look here, the soil has been recently overturned. They buried some leaves here. Oh, someone buried a box. In that box are going to be banana leaves. Well, I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are. Fresh Nanju leaves. Kunlun Rook's doing, I wager. There's poetry in hiding him in this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. So he planned this all from the start. Think again, Bukevu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance. And, with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well, third promise. Since I witnessed your performance at the Feat of Reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Inihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolal and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. I cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to Ibrox. Cenote. Just teleport over there. Glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I am famished. Let's wait. How did everyone fare? We got the Nandro leaves. Wukevu came along and helped us find him. Wukevu was here. I would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. That ghoul Jajab brought an end to centuries of warfare surprises me little. But to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions. But how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Rianje and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we needed, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. And I am pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this force had on offer. Spoken like a true expert. Aaronville and I found our Ibrook, so we should have meat plenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. Part of never speak of this to anyone, did you not understand? Picked a good portion of local herbs with particular attention to the seeds that yield akote, and told our resident astrologian to find the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Through further inquiry, to determine the ideal balance of spices. Good work. Now all that remains to prepare the dish itself. I presume at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts. I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope I could use your adventurer's grit when it comes to skinning the Ibrook. Oh, my mouth is watering already. Without further delay, then. The other two are probably just gonna try to steal our shit. They're not even here trying.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
Oh, there they are.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Ugh.
Be quiet, Bako Jaja. No one cares what you think.
Yeah, you're a dick.
Huh. Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready.
Oh, we did it.
Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
Tacos.
This looks amazing.
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
This is true.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then.
Hopefully it's delicious.
In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Pibil admirably.
Perfect.
Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoktel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I see. While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated in spice before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed, they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Oh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
Oh, shit.
This was stupid anyway.
He lost.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious!
We did it!
It looks so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the Najuli rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
Eat it all.
Don't have to tell me twice. That was bliss.
It was palatable enough, I suppose.
We did it!
To you, who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
Yellow.
Only 1 feet left.
Oh, and we have to kick Bakul Juja's ass.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
The 6th keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone.
We did it!
I forgot something important. Was there any Shibruk people left? I could really use another helping.
What? Oh, so good. I'm already looking forward to having Zabruk Bill again. Here, Luna. Krell made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feed of her passes over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us. Yes? Zabruk Bill! Ah! wares available from the Zabral merchant in Ixbrax. The tabletop meal. Seeing as we now face the penultimate objective of the rite, it would be wise to travel to Mamuk and undertake the feat of Brotherhood without delay. Wise, yes, but impossible. The Yintek Traverse connects upper and low and upper forested Yaktika Heartland is still impassable. There's no other route? Afraid not. Work to the path is underway though, so hopefully we can resume our journey soon. Then let us each use this time as we see fit. I for one would like to explore the village's surrounds if Arenville will oblige me with a tour. Very well, I have no other engagements. Then I'll come with you, if only to prove I am capable of keeping my footing. I shouldn't rejoice in our delay, it does afford me an opportunity to look at my grandfather's purported visits to Yaktel. Well, that's right, Mablu did say something about a foreign mage coming through here decades back, didn't she? I'll come with you. Want to join us, Luna? Of course. Well, let's reconvene here after our respective diversions. So I recall the merchant met my grandfather at a market in Yaktel some 20 years ago. Any who might reliably remember him must therefore be in at least middle-aged. Let us make inquiries where we can. Alright, I am gonna have to call it there. I do have a lot of stuff I gotta get done today, unfortunately, so we'll see if I'm streaming later or not. I really want to, like, deep dive into this campaign, into Dawntrail, but I can't because of obligations around the house right now, and it's just getting annoying. So, Alright. See ya.